This is for sure the best cookies I've ever made. For one of these gingerbread biscuits from Starbucks, you can eat 4.5 of these delicious frosted gingerbread cookies. You're also gonna get 14 times less sugar, 1/4 of the fat, and a lot more protein. And honestly, what looks the most festive to you? Because I know what I would choose. I mean, these 4 or that one. So if you're ready for this, please give me a thumbs up. It helps my channel grow and I really, really appreciate it. And click that subscribe button if you're new or if you just haven't done that yet. And let's make some gingerbread. Start off by preheating the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. First thing that we're gonna need is some room temperatured light butter. You can obviously use regular butter as well. This one just has a lot lower fat. So we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of this, and try your best to leave it out of the fridge for a little while, just so it's not like too stiff, you know? I'm gonna use 2 different sugars for this, and that's just because I have it at home, but you can absolutely just use stevia or just use this Swerve brown sugar replacement. And you're gonna need 4 tablespoons in total, so I'm gonna use 2 of this granulated, am I saying this right? I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons of this granulated sugar replacement. And then I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons of Swerve brown sugar. Next up is half a teaspoon of some vanilla extract. And then before we mix it around, we're just gonna add some spices that's gonna make it taste like gingerbread. And for all these spices, you're just gonna use 1/4 of a teaspoon. First up is some ground ginger. Next up is some cloves. Then we got some cinnamon. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. The longer you've left your butter out of the fridge, the easier this is gonna be. We're actually almost done. We just need a few more ingredients. And first up is some almond flour, and I'm just gonna use 2 tablespoons of this. Nothing tastes better than Christmas, does it? You're gonna need 3/4 of a cup of some flour. You can use whatever flour you like. If you know me, you know that I love to bake with my with my oat flour, or with my oatmeal, so I just blend up some oatmeal and then it turns into oat flour. And then you're gonna need a scoop of vanilla protein powder. I'm using 1UP Nutrition. You can use my code PERNILLA to get 20% off. Just before the final ingredient, we're gonna use half a teaspoon of some baking soda. And next up, we got 3 tablespoons of egg whites. Mix it around. That was easy. This is like, it's insane. If you want your batter to be easier to roll, I highly suggest that you put it either in the freezer for like 15-ish minutes or in the fridge for like 30 to 45 minutes. I think we should take a short little break because I want to talk to you about the sponsors of today's video, a Built Bar. And I made a mistake because I almost ate the last bar of this caramel almond delight Built Bar, which like definitely has become one of my favorites. But I didn't want to eat it because I wanted to show you that if you're gonna try a Built Bar, you need to try this one, and you also need to try the coconut brownie chunk Built Bar. I recommend these 2. They both have 150 calories. This one has 16 grams of protein, and this one has 15 grams of protein, and both of them are covered with chocolate on the outside, and then on the inside, it's just, this one is like just caramel. You know those caramel sweet treats that you can buy in the store that are filled with sugar? They probably don't have natural flavoring, and they're probably not gluten-free, and they're probably not providing you with a lot of protein. Yeah, those. This in there are like brownie chunks, just like chocolate exploding in your mouth. You can use my code PERNILLA10 to get 10% off your order. So typically when you bake, you use flour to bake it with, but instead we're just gonna pour out some protein powder so that it's easier to roll the cookies.
With you, the sun is shining 24/7.
So make sure that you like your protein powder, and if it's not sweet enough, you can always add in a little bit of the stevia so that it becomes this like delicious sweet gloss. I'm using my blueberry muffin protein powder from One Up Nutrition because it's my absolute favorite, and with this recipe it actually works really well. Just make sure of that. You don't want your cookies to be bristled with a protein powder that you don't enjoy.
I do, I wanna marry you.
And then when you have a little bit left over, you just put that all together and do the same process once again.
It's so good, baby, so good, so good. Every single day we spend apart, I wanna be.
The frosting is super simple. All you need is 3/4 of a cup of some Greek yogurt or natural fruit. Yeah, this is a fat-free Greek yogurt. With this, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of some stevia, 1/4 of a teaspoon of some almond extract. We just gotta mix it, and then we'll put it in the fridge till it's ready to frost the cookies. After about 8 to 10 minutes, you got yourself some cookies. It's time to add our frosting, and I'm also gonna just add a little bit of a red sprinkle, oops, and a little bit of green sprinkle, just because it's a little festive, but you obviously don't have to do that. Really, if you're smart, you should make this in the night or like afternoon and then leave them overnight, because anabolic cookies just get better over time when they have that extra day. So definitely do that. I'm impatient and I'm gonna finish them now. So it may look like a kid made these. I'm just not very good at doing it. But that's kind of what makes it homemade, isn't it? And you don't need to do the sparklings on top. That's just because I thought it would be fun with a little color. Or you can put coloring in the frosting as well. It's really freaking good. Which is your favorite, the tree or the shoe? Or the man? Maybe mine is the shoe, but I also like the trees. If you have any other Christmas treats that you really would like to turn into something anabolic, something lower calorie, higher protein, let me know, because then I want to make it. A thumbs up, it really helps me and my channel grow, and I so appreciate you doing that. Please hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and I will see you in the next one. Sending you a big hug. Bye. How's the chew taste?
Misery, and I don't fake this kind of feeling, never felt so real. My heart is on the table 'cause you're my everything. I do.